I know you're here to learn about business finances, but think about your house for a second. Your habits are what keep things organized, like unloading your dishwasher first thing in the morning or doing an entire load of laundry from start to finish every day. It makes life feel so much smoother. Now think about your business. It's like a home for your finances. Today, we're going to chat about the 5 bookkeeping habits that are like the secret sauce to making sure that you have Zen in your financial household. These habits, they are the key to making sure that your business finances do not turn into a cluttered, chaotic mess. So grab a comfy seat and join us as we create some serious peace in your financial living room. I like to think of these habits in 5 different buckets. They are daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual. So let's start with the first, daily awareness. This could be the hardest of them all, and if you watched my last video, you might have a clue as to what it might be. Implementing a spending freeze is the hardest thing in the world to do when we are constantly being sold to. So this one is simple. If you want it, sleep on it. Take 24 hours before you impulse buy it to talk to a business bestie or your bookkeeping big sis, me, and also check your budget. I have so many resources on how to know if you can afford a big new expense, and they are all linked below. If you can really cultivate this habit of thinking before you spend, of do I actually need this and can I really afford this, your bookkeeping is actually going to take less time because you're going to have less transactions and your bank account will thank you. All right, number 2 is the weekly bookkeeping check-in. This is like a weekly reset for your house. You gotta wash the sheets, you gotta tidy each space, and you have to check which groceries need a restock. In the same way, you should be looking at your bookkeeping tool every Friday or at least every other Friday. Take 30 minutes to categorize your transactions for the week and run your reports. If you need your help getting your bookkeeping down to 30 minutes, I've got an entire video for that. After you've categorized everything, run your P&L and analyze your numbers. Where is spending looking high for the month? Do you have any invoices that need to be sent so you can increase your revenue? What do you think your final profit number for the month will be, and how much can you afford to pay yourself? These are all really good habits to get into every single week, and it takes no time at all. Also, a little trick is to eat some chocolates so it can send some happy signals to your brain while you're doing it. Okay, number 3 is monthly credit card management. Okay, I technically recommend this one every few weeks, but at a minimum, you should be paying off your credit card at least once per month. If you don't, your balance is increasing and you're probably racking up unnecessary interest expense that you could totally do without. Also, if you're relying on a credit card that constantly has a balance, chances are that you are spending more than you're bringing in. Not cute. If you can get into the habit of paying off your credit card on the 1st and 15th of every single month, your bottom line will thank you, and so will your cash back rewards. If you have a large balance and you just can't afford to pay it off every single month, take some time to review your profit numbers from step 2 and see if there is any extra that's left over that you can be adding to a little bit more aggressive debt payoff plan. And since we're cruising with this household analogy, paying off your credit card is like decluttering that junk drawer that's in your kitchen. If you can just focus on it for like half a second, it'll be easier to systemize and keep track of moving forward. Okay, number 4, the quarterly review. This one is like your weekly bookkeeping check-in, but much more in depth. We're looking back, but we're also looking forward. When you're looking back at your previous quarter, start with revenue. See where numbers were lower than what you expected and take a look at your marketing numbers side by side to see what happened. Were your conversion rates not high enough? Your email list, your goals as far as reach or Instagram growth. Take a look at both of those side by side and see if there's any correlation for why your revenue might have been lower. But also take a second to look at your revenue and see where it was higher. What happened? What were you talking about? What did make people convert that you can maybe replicate again in the future for those higher revenue months? Then take a look at your expenses. You knew this was coming. What were your highest expenses? Were they absolutely necessary? And if you can, calculate the ROI for each one. And is there anywhere where you can possibly cut back, even if it's just a few months, to improve your profit before you bring it back? Then, after evaluating the past, we want to take a look into the future. Do some quick, easy, back-of-the-napkin calculations to try to figure out what your projected revenue is over the next couple of months. This can be taking into account contracts that have already been signed and sales goals that you have. Then do the same thing with expenses. Take all of your monthly recurring expenses and add them to a basic spreadsheet along with your revenue, and also any one-off expenses or any annual software subscriptions you might have. So you should have a pretty good picture of how the next 3 months are going to shape up, especially if you're doing this exercise every 3 months each quarter. Bonus habit to cultivate quarterly is to pay your estimated quarterly taxes and work with the CPA to determine what that number needs to be. A CPA is always going to look at everything going on in your life, not just your business. All right, number 5, the last one, is the annual deep clean. Once a year, you have got to file your tax return and create an annual budget. Those are two things that are non-negotiable for every successful business owner. This will feel a lot like crossing off those house things that need to happen once a year. Although I cannot think of any of them because literally my husband does it all for me. Work with a CPA to file your tax return, especially if you have a lot of moving parts, like owning a business, your partner's income, dependents, moving expenses, house expenses, etc. Yes, we can all work with that giant tax filing software that we all know, but working with a CPA is not only going to support a small business, but is going to give you and your business the attention that it deserves. And if you don't know how to create a budget for your business, you are in the right place. Like I said before, I have so many resources that will help you map out your revenue goals for the year, how that is going to cover your business expenses, saving for taxes, and paying yourself. If you want my online business budget spreadsheet, it is linked below and super easy to use. I've had people use this template who absolutely hate spreadsheets and tell me that it's super easy to implement. It even comes with a video showing you exactly how to use it. And here's a little love for the spreadsheet template. If you want a more customized option, we do offer VIP budget days at Madison Daily Bookkeeping. Check out the deets for that below. It's like a deep tissue massage, y'all. We spend 3 hours together and we map out all of your business wish list. So there you have it, folks. 5 essential bookkeeping habits to maintain peace in your financial household. Remember, your business finances deserve the same attention and care as your home, so let's keep them nice and tidy. Until next time, keep those finances in check and stay zen. Wow, I really committed to the analogy. See you next time.